Hello and welcome to this week's recap. As always, I am Trok, and we will have a look at the games of week 3 and then make some predictions for week 4. First, we have the Cretaceous Killers versus Los Caballeros. It was kind of a blowout match. Not much to say about this because the Lizards, after getting a strong first half, well, something really meaningful happened that really changed the pace of the game. I will show you right away. As you can see here, a blitz, which will be not the only blitz that we'll see in this round, and these blitzes can really turn the match around. This will be an interesting blitz setup. As you will see here, the Lizards won't even bother actually taking a blitz action. They will just reposition their Lizards in such a way that the Brets are completely surrounded in a terrible spot to play the match. There's only one thing that called my attention here, that it was kind of a soft concede, which it was kind of sad because after this turn, you'll see the Brets just skip their turn and allow the Lizards to overwhelm their backfield. See? They just gave the turn to the Lizards. The Lizards get their punches in, and after a while, they will manage to surround the ball, pick it up. I'm not sure what, because after this kind of skip turn, the Brits tried to play again, and then after a while they skipped a turn again, and then they tried to play again. So I don't know if they had connection issues or if they gave up and then they decided to keep playing. I don't know really what happened, but in the end it was not really a close match. The Lizards just ran over them, and the fact that they skipped turns didn't help. As you see here, the skink just runs to the ball, gets it, and runs away, scoring. So yeah, that was the Lizards versus the Brets. Not much else to say about it. Then we have Cold Cuts versus Orcs are gonna orc. A-Grain just completely unstoppable this season. And well, the stats again are interesting, but not really important. Important thing is what happened. As you can see, pretty average block dice for both coaches. But when I show you what happened, you'll understand everything. A blitz again. As you can see here, the Torps managed to score on their offensive drive, and when it was the time for the Orcs to get their punches in, they weren't able to because the Torps were able to position. I want to call my attention to one little bastard that you people are not hitting enough, and that is that guard hobgoblin that you see right here. You see him, right? Right next to the bull centaur? Oh, that little fucker is winning games, and you don't know it. You guys are just punching Torps and punching bulls because you think those are the important guys. They're not. The guard is everything, and you will see it in this play. Because look how the Orcs didn't manage to get the ball safe. They just picked it up and punched it a little, right? So here the Torps managed to free this little fucker right here. And then after taking another punch to free the way for the blitz, you will see him get in an excellent position right there. Just look at him. Just kill that guy. And here comes the Torf. Punch in the face. Nothing. Reroll. Pow. On the floor. Break armor. Casualty. Niggle. And the Apple says dead, so he stays niggled. Really, really big punishment there. But then again, I'm not sure how much of a punishment it is because it was also very bad luck to get that blitz. So there you have it. Then we have Ordinary Elves versus Taint Burglars. And a similar story, not a blitz, but a similar story in the sense that the stats are not really what tell you what happened. If you can see here, the Negro had more the ball than the Elves. They punched about the same, so what the hell happened? You see the dice are nothing extraordinary, just pretty average, a little bit hard on the skulls for the Necro, but still not the end of the world. They're Necro, they can deal with that. The real problem was the play I'm about to show you. War Dancer on the ground. He dodges into one tackle zone, then dodges into a second tackle zone into two tackle zones. Uses the reroll, makes it, leap, red dice, double pows. Oh my god, this play was amazing. KO. Where does the ball go? Of course, you know where it goes. The ball goes out and into the best fucking scatter I've ever seen in my life. Just look at that. Now all the elves can just go surround the ball, and a drive that was pretty much over suddenly wasn't. The elves managed to score on their defensive drive, and then they easily scored under their offensive drive for a 2-0 win. Good game by both coaches, but you know how it is. Sometimes elves are gonna elf. And finally, we have Time to Bash versus the Brooks Broads. Jeff, with the chaos, I gave you no chance at all. I just didn't see it. I actually expected you to lose bad, and suddenly you come in out of nowhere with this great tie. Congratulations, man! It was really interesting match to see. I will say this. Both teams were pretty strong on offense. They managed to score on their drives. Sometimes they were rushed into scoring, so the other team scored back. But in the end, both teams ended with 2 scores each. But there's still a play I want us all to see and to analyze, just for fun. Let's have a look at the stats first. Plenty of SPP for both teams since they both scored twice. Dice pretty average as always. I really don't think how useful this dice analysis really is, because in the end it's not about the dice, it's about the plays. So let's have a look at the play. They were tied 2-2, and the Amazons had the opportunity to take the win home. So what happened? Let's have a look at the play. There's the ball. The Amazons clear it with a blitzer. Well done. Then they go make another punch for some reason, but whatever. Okay, it was kind of a safe punch. Then let's get back to the play. The thrower picks up the ball, runs down, decides to take a double GFIs and fails one of them to get a quick pass, throws it, and there you have it on the ground because a failed catch. So what can I say about this match? Well, I have a little analysis for you guys because I think maybe the Amazons played too quick. And why is that? Because once they failed their reroll, they went for more plays that needed a reroll as well. And that kind of changes everything, you know, because they had many things that they could have done, you know. They did this, you know, they went for a 32% play, which is actually pretty nice. Now, if they had avoided the GFIs and just threw the ball, it could have been a 33% play, but it's pretty much the same. Or if they had gone with With the 5 plus pass, they could have had a 30% play, which is pretty much the same as well. So it's not a big difference between them. That's not really the issue. The issue is this. I'm going to show you right away. Okay, so here's the play. We have the thrower with the ball on her hand. We have the red blitzer that is quick in quick pass range. We have the blue blitzer that is in short pass range, and the green blitzer that is also in short pass range. So, what do? It's an interesting dilemma because you already used the reroll. This girl is standing there after using the reroll. So here's where you have to take the decision. Zindane here decided to throw it to the red blitzer that doesn't have a catch reroll built in, so she could hand it off probably to the green blitzer, actually line woman, to the green line woman, and she would take 2 GFIs to score. And if we look at the play from after using the reroll, what are the chances of that succeeding? It's at 27%. And that's kind of a problem, you know, because in the end, 27% is not great, you know? And why is this happening? This is happening because they decided to go for stuff that needed rerolls and they didn't have built-in rerolls. Now, I want to make you think about another way to do this. What if instead you just chuck the ball to the blue player that is a catcher actually, and she just dodges out and goes for the score? You say, but Rogue, you're insane. That's a short pass. So it's a 4+ pass. And then she has to catch it on the tackle zone, which makes it a 4+ catch. And then she has to dodge, while the other girl doesn't have to dodge. So how is that going to be better? Well, I'm telling you why it's going to be better. Because you have a built-in reroll for everything. You have a built-in reroll for the pass. You have a built-in reroll for the catch. And you have a built-in reroll for the dodge. And you know what the result is? Just have a look. 41%. 41 against the 27% of lower rolls without reroll, built-in reroll, versus higher rolls with a built-in reroll. So this is like the thing I wanted to show you guys, that when you use the team reroll at the beginning of the turn, maybe it's time to rethink what you're doing and try to use the built-in rerolls you have available for you. Even if it has a higher roll, because high rolls with reroll are usually better than low rolls without them. So yeah, that's the thing I wanted to talk about today. Let's go back to the game. Week 4. Let's get to some predictions. Cretaceous Killers versus Time to Bash. Let's see if our Chaos team is still as shitty as I remember them. Oh, we got a Mighty Blow now. That's interesting. But it doesn't have block, it doesn't have tackle, so it won't be hurt in Skinks. It will try to hurt Sorry, but Sorry have 89. I'd say still a shitty team. This is a nice level up though. Three Chaos Warriors with block is going to make a big difference. The dodge on the Beastman is going to be useful as well, because I believe that the Lizardmen don't have tackle. Let's have a quick look. Oh, they do now. Interesting, but they don't have block, so it's kind of the same really. I think I still give this to the Lizards. Lizards having a good match. Chaos, they managed to tie, but I still think the Lizards will take it home. Although Jeff just showed me that he can tie at times, so maybe it will be a tie. But I still think the Lizards are going to take it home. Then we have the Ordinary Elves versus the Brooks Broads for an excellent, excellent, probably the most fun match of the week. Just a push fest. So here we have the Amazons no tackle. Then we have the Elves one tackle with Mighty Blow. I think the Elves take it home. Yeah. And also I think the Amazons don't have sure hands either. No, they don't. Okay, this is. I think the Elves take it home. The Elves have the tools for this. You know, they're like a fine surgeon. You know, with a scalpel. They have the tackle and their Mighty Blow to kick some players and make them leave the field. They have their strip ball to sack the ball. They have their tree to be annoying. They have their guard to get their tackle zones in to be able to blitz. I think the Elves have everything they need to win this match. Okay, let's have a look at the next match. And we have the Tank Burglars versus Cold Cuts, another great match. A Grain versus Michaels. See, A Grain has still Michaels. If you kill this guy, you will have a better chance. Go for this liverwurst. Other than that, pretty standard team, just like we used to know them. And Michael's team, let's see if we have anything interesting. No, pretty much as we remembered them. I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough one to evaluate. We'll still have Claw that kind of can cut down the chores, so it can go either way. I'm still going to give it to A Grain. A Grain is having a great season. They are undefeated, winning every match. So, but if anyone here can put a good fight for them, it's probably Michaels. So we'll see what happens. But I still think that A Grain is taking it home. And then we have Orcs versus Los Caballeros. I'm going to give it to the Orcs. The Breds are just not having their season. I believe they still don't have a reroll. Nope, they still don't. So yeah, it's a rough season. Also, they lost their Agi Blitzer. That was like the one interesting thing they had. So yeah, it's going to be rough. The one thing that I like about what I'm seeing is that they have a fourth Blitzer, which means they are not thinking about abandoning the league or anything. They're still investing time in their team. So good for them. Good. I really tip my hat to those coaches that are having a bad season. We all have had bad seasons every now and then, but stick it to the end and don't screw their division mates. So good for you, Floyd. I hope you stick it out to the end and maybe play spoiler. You know, maybe make sure that some of them go down with you. Okay, so this is the season 13 Division 5E recap for the week. And okay, as always, if you know when you're going to play your match, please let me know, so I will try to be there live. Otherwise, I will be watching the replay. If you get your matches early, I can get my recap earlier. This time it was a little late because there was one match that was played Wednesday night, so I wasn't able to get the recap earlier. Other than that, well, have a good night and good luck on the week.